have a good number of players that will be a threat to the South African cause here in the efforts to cause the big upset of this year's COSAFA Women's Championship. Now, for Mozambique, watch out, of course, for Dalia out in the attack wearing the number 11 jersey. She is, of course, the striker the South African coach was speaking of, who can be problematic and certainly has an eye for goal. Their captain, Yolinda, is also worth keeping an eye on, whilst Lonica and Tina out in the attacking areas in the creative booth will also look to be as problematic as possible in trying to hit South Africa for more flanks. Will be important to have a balanced showing from a South Africa point of view here. So defensively, Nakam as well as Habs will have to be at the very best in their communication and leading of that defense. Vitboy will also be crucial in the attacking areas, whilst Vilagazi is the furthest forward. Shamase wearing the number 2 jersey, the only in the starting 11 to have found the back of the net, whilst all the other goal scorers start the match on the bench. Important then to have a good showing as the officials here for the likes of Jabueleng Sitoko from Lesotho, who will be the referee in charge of this fixture, assisted by Indiwe Rakoto Ozafoni Pinoro, I beg your pardon, from Madagascar, as well as Zulu from Zambia. Fourth official here in this encounter is Gloria Sambumba from Zambia. So, Jolinda Gove has had exciting moments in this match up to this point. The most exciting thing, of course, in that opening match for Mozambique and for Sipiwe Dlodu, the South African coach, she'll be very aware of the dangers that come from this Mozambican side. Having heard her speak to Mbali before this match got underway, she very well is versed on this Mozambican side and will look for a much balanced performance here, both on the defensive side as well as on the offensive side by the side led, of course, by Tato Lesotho. South Africa will defend the goal to the left of your picture, whilst Mozambique look to defend the goal to the right of your picture. Keep in mind, Lupe is concluded today with the Madiba Stadium currently, as we speak, hosting Mauritius up against Angola. Angola hoping to get the point there to maybe battle for a second place spot. And I hope that South Africa, of course, get one over Mozambique. But Mozambique will have the ambition set a bit higher here as they look to, well, of course, the upset that sees them finish top of the group. Really, exchanges will be of interest here between these two sides, which is to take the early momentum. It'll be also interesting seeing the playing styles here and which of the nations it's their rhythm first. And once it's similar in formations here, 4-3-3 both ways, all over the top here, looking for the early move. After the attacking areas from Sitalia, the goalkeeping here. Victoria Roa taking no chances as she comes up to get a confidence up nice and high in this early exchange. South Africa now looking to build, going forward on this near side. The touches coming in and the crowd coming to life as the South Africans send in the early crosses. Too close. However, to Anima Namire, yes, first name Neymar, not spelled the Neymar that you'd be familiar with from Brazil, but Neymar spelled N-E-I, M-I, or M-A, I beg your pardon, Neymar. Oroa over to as South Africa to bring it forward on the near side. The little touch. Seeing South Africa looking for the 1-2 to keep them going here on this near side, taking no chances defensively. Then is Rosa. Thank you. Challenge from behind. Set piece to the South Africans here. Worked short of the South Africans in the end. It's not quite worked out for them. And the efforts to eventually work it into that box. Wondering if nerves are a bit of a factor here as the South African young ladies square off against this Mozambique outfits. In the play on the near side for the South Africans who will force the throw in. Quickly taken with good numbers inside that box in towards the near post where there are numbers from a Mozambican point of view to ensure there's no joy for South Africa in these early stages. We'll have another opportunity, however, the South Africans to send in another early cross. It looks like a good ball and finds the South African. Here's a dance! Super shot. Better save from Namire. Hit with a lot of power from Vilagazi. As you suspect it was, then with that opportunity for the South Africans. All starting from a lovely ball loaded in. And in fact, it's Samase with the opportunity. The one goal scorer out on that field. A lovely opportunity for the South Africans then. That should settle a few nerves. For Mozambique, we've yet to see them with the ball at their feet, really. South Africa getting joy from this near side. A ball down the line, and yet another chance to send in the delivery. It's a good one again. It finds the target as Mozambique do enough to concede the corner here in the early stage. Isaura was taking no chances. See, the numbers have swelled up here as we saw that shot of the stand behind the goal defended by the Mozambicans. Good numbers have come out for this game here. For the late kickoff started to trickle in the earlier game and have certainly swelled up with many of the youngsters coming back from school and coming out to enjoy the football. Ball here. South Africa will be looking to pick up the second ball. That's exactly what happens. But again, the numbers from Mozambique who haven't settled it all as yet, conceding the throw-in. Yet another on this near side. This time they are able to deal with the ball played in, although South Africa looks to keep the pressure on. Good touches as they hope for the opening. Here is not the very best. Now width on the far side. Numbers in the box. Full filled in. And when the South Africans another corner. And what is a good spell of pressure here for the South Africans. Already has come up with a good save to keep Mozambique in it here in these early stages. South Africa taking a short ball played in. Cleared by Lonica. Chase on the far side. Delia isolated but won't be able to keep the pressure on the opponents. So we will be concluding Group A here with South Africa on 6 points, just 2 ahead of Mozambique, who are in second spot, Angola in third on 1 point. They'll be hoping South Africa do them a bit of a favor here and get the beating of Mozambique in the hope that they, of course, beat Mauritius, and the good money is on them beating Mauritius in the game that is currently on out at the Madiba Stadium. Should they do that, they will jump up to 4 points. I'll hope to score goals here. The goal difference Angola on -3, while Mozambique have a healthy goal difference of 5. So for Angola to leapfrog Mozambique, Angola would really have to score plenty of goals in that match. Now, South Africa picking up the pieces and getting on the up and up. Dimeni, who's already come in for some good touches in this match, wearing the number 10 jersey for the South Africans. There's Dimeni again. Just the touches then. Picking up the pieces for Mozambique. There's Virginia, but again, Fernando not really looking for a teammate rather than just trying to get the ball clear of danger. And that's been the story for Mozambique so far. Looking unsettled by the way South Africa has started this match. Numbers in the stand in favor of South Africa, maybe playing their part too here and just continuing to further unsettle this Mozambican side. Early ball played in then. Good movement from deep here for Kailani, who's had a great start to this game. There's Kailani again. Impressive with the way she's gone about business so far in this match, Kailani. Now, Mozambique looking to get things moving forward here, getting the confidence up with Diolinda, looking for the ever busy Sidalia in the attack. No chances being taken defensively then from a South African point of view. Kamwaka operating in the left back position, doing the business now. That's lovely work. And winning it back as high up as possible. While committed by Emilio, found herself a little desperate then. Emilio Mazembe. Plays the club football for APF Maputo, does Emilio Mazembe. In the starting 11, that's the most represented side from a Mozambican point of view. Now, Danica finding Melinda under pressure, but able to keep it moving. Gone long on a good few occasions looking for Sidalia. Early ball in, has reading it well then and dealing with it. Bit of space on the near side, there'll be pace as well. So will come from Alonika, so I need to be wary of her as the ball goes out for the goal kick amongst the goal scorers in the starting 11 for Mozambique in matches gone by. When they have been at their best and played their best football, she has been impressive. The lady wearing the number 7 jersey for the Mozambicans. Has again there to pick up the pieces with a good interception for South Africa. Able to keep moving with the likes of Shamas involved in a lovely pass then to release the run on the far side. The ball in wasn't bad, needed to be dealt with, and that was done impressively from a Mozambican defending point of view. So, in the early stages, we saw South Africa asking questions with movements on this near side. It's now switched over to the far, showing a nice balance to this South African side in the attempts here to break down Mozambique. If you are just joining us, best chance of the game has gone the way of South Africa, producing a great save from Namida between the sticks for the Mozambicans. Here is the major goal-scoring threat going forward. Earlier, one of those that played their club football for APF Maputo. Gets the flick on, then it's the comfortable pickup for Victoria Morua. Plays for TUG ladies. They also are very well represented in the starting 11 for South Africa as the chance pops up here for Monica after some good work. Wide of the mark, but still threat there for all to see. So moving in towards the opening 15 minutes, we are seeing Mozambique beginning to find themselves in the opposition half of the field. All played upfield, good enough to find the South Africans. Like the first test, there was the pass that followed. Left a bit to be desired, however. The Mozambique quick to win it back. Now, challenge here that will be one of concern from a South African point of view. The many as a good start to this game and iron the ball, going in to try and get there ahead of Galinda, was winning that race, a little desperate in the London then from the Mozambican captain. Battle between the number 10s has left the South African part of that battle in some trouble. Now, Bongweni Primary represented in your picture, and I'm proud to say they aren't the only school there that has come out here. There are various other schools that will have the youngsters happy to come out and enjoy the football. Sign here is always the player walking themselves off the field. Remaining and a good showing for the South Africans in the opening game. Although the TUG ladies played 71 minutes in that opening game for South Africa and was thoroughly entertaining, troublesome to the opposition with their movement. Now, South Africa with a bit of space out on their far side. They want the ball played down the line. That's exactly what Shamasta will get. As soon as she gets onto the ball, a couple of opposition players get onto it. It is getting a bit physical out there between these two sides. So, Simelele Shamasta from University of Johannesburg will have gone into the referee's book for this challenge. Studs on the shin, right in front of the referee as well. You can understand the reason for the yellow card and the reason why she was so apologetic following that challenge on the opponent. Now, South Africa in a good area. They needed a good pass then, and there could have been problems for the Mozambicans. In the meantime, here they are pushing forward. Mozambique, Sidelia. quick, but not that quick. Now, the worst is, earlier on, inside the opening 10 minutes when South Africa had all of the momentum for Louis Fumo, the coach for Mozambique. The side has weathered the storm and are beginning to show signs of intent going forward themselves here, which will be of comfort to him. Keep in mind, beat done and dusted Zambia have sealed their spots in as far as a semi-final berth in with an impressive display in the group stages for the Zambians. They've certainly sent through a message here as one of the sides to fear or maybe respect going into those semi-finals. Has looked under pressure. Lovely footwork to get herself out of the spot of bother, and the pass wasn't bad either to get South Africa going. Goal kick this will be to the Mozambicans. Working hard as always is the TUT ladies, the many. What she would love to do is, of course, get in amongst the scorers, which would be highly deserved with the play we've seen involved in so far. Keeping in mind she didn't feature in the second game for the South Africans with a whole host of changes from and Ludwig going into that second South African game. Well, South Africa do have one lady that has scored so far in this tournament in that starting 11. There is plenty of depth in the sharp end out on the bench. 3 goal scorers are sitting on the bench, including one of the tournament's top goal scorers in Themba Semsam of Cape Town Roses, who's scored 3 and 2 and has been impressive in the way she's gone about scoring her goals. Nice touch. Initially to bring Titelia into it, then from the middle of the park. There's Cena involved. South Africa look for the joy on this near side. They'll get yet another throw in. She is feeling the effects physically of this game here. Is the many challenge from behind on that occasion, right on the Achilles, but she is able to walk it off. It's the 2-player wall then for the Mozambique, something a little different from South Africa in the approach, and just trying to take it over that wall into the space to try and exploit. Very wise to the danger that was around them with the Mozambicans. Again, taking short here from the South Africans, numbers in the box. Ball played in early, hers amongst those that's looking for it and asking. Ball played in by Shamase. Kept alive by Dimemi. Sina in your picture, Senior Manuel. Another of the APF Maputo players. That were thoroughly impressive on Saturday out at the Amadiva Stadium. And they have been fortunate enough to play. They've played in front of good crowds over the last couple of days. There was a lovely representation out at the Amadiva Stadium on Saturday. The weather also allowed for the fans to come out in their numbers here today. Our good numbers with more arriving at this venue. And to show the 12th man as a real force here for the South Africans. Yeah, they are pushing forward here and hoping to create a chance for those just joining us. As far as chances, Mozambique have had a half opportunity that went the way of Lonica wearing the number 7 jersey, went wide of the mark. South Africa had the best chance in the game. That brought out a stunning save from Namir. Sidelia. Some good touches and a good ball out wide to Lonica's now switched over to the right side. The ball in. Well, needs to be dealt with. It wasn't effectively dealt with by the South African defense. In the end, they'll be happy to see Victoria Moro jumping onto it. "23 minutes gone by here for Mozambique. They'll be happy that they've weathered the storm and, in fact, gotten themselves into the game. They'll now be looking to sway the momentum in their favor. In good play for the South Africans then from Dimeni. As with the ball forward, Dimeni again with the interesting touch. South Africa now will look to get going out on that far side. Ball getting in the box. Ball in! Should have been beautifully done in the creation then. Started the move. Dimeni and was at hand to try and finish it off then with a diving header. They have looked a real threat when they do work it out wide. The ball it was that was played in here, real quality. Connection wasn't quite true, was it? More like it. I tell you, Luvunga has scored for Angola against Mauritius. So they are leading in that match out at the Madibas by a goal to nil. Nice things done. Mozambique still comfortable in that second spot, but keep in mind their ambitions. See them coming into this particular fixture looking for more than just a second place finish. They are looking to finish top and to cause the big upset. That's the plan coming into this encounter. Learning now. One little area here for South Africa where possession was very nearly given away. Good battle to win it back. As Bitboy keeps moving over to that far side and again from the wide areas, South Africa have looked a real threat, not on that occasion. Some of their best attacking play has come from wide play, either on the left or right. Pressure applied as we look at the situation as it stands, especially with Angola having scored in their match. Nothing stand here. It means Mozambique are winning themselves a point along with South Africa. So for Angola, the situation not doing them any favors. They need for South Africa to score and get in the lead against Angola or against Mozambique, who have the opportunity and open the scoring themselves. Sedalia, the threat coming in. All on their own up front. Long ball forward here. South Africa unable to deal with it. Keeper well off her line. And in the end, the finish is one of class from Sedalia. Exactly what they were hoping for. Sedalia, who opened their scoring account in this tournament, has popped up here and come up with an important goal here. Lovely ball played in, beautifully matched by the run, and still a lot to be done in as far as the finish. Once Italia got there, but she had no problems with a classy finish. That's great football from the Mozambicans as they rip apart the South African defense. Lenica gets the assist. Sedalia, the opener. Mozambique in the driving seat. I need to be careful now, the South Africans, as Mozambique push forward and have another shot, looking to immediately stretch their lead here. Comfortable was a save for Moroa. And Mozambique finding themselves exactly in the position they hope for here, to be the first side to score in this encounter as we approach half an hour's play. Lenica has hit up only as far as Diolinda. Probably the captain of Mozambique will know now the importance of her presence in that midfield and trying to run things here against the trio from South Africa. Best case scenario for Mozambique, take the lead into the halftime break, but that's still some time away here. For South Africa, created chances. Well, they will know all is far from lost. What about converting the chances they create? Well, that's some good ones, a couple of very good ones. I do believe she could be the most foul player out there. Being Busisiwe Ndimeni. It's another foul and an opportunity for South Africa here to come up with the immediate response. Well, less in quality, but still finds a South African the cutback. And Ndimeni forced to try and find a way through her teammates to work it back into the box. closing down from the front here from the Mozambicans, and here they are on the counter attack. Sidelia with a little back heel. Well, red, and dealt with by Tato Litsoso, another of the TG players out there. She really is good on the ball. Lovely first touch. And in the end, she's run into it. Another challenge that's seen a winner foul. This time from Virginia Fernando, who's landed in with the challenge here. Is troublesome, is Dimeni. That's for sure. Litwood standing over it. Thanks for Vasco da Gama ladies. As that situation comes to north for South Africa. Situation very much going according to plan for the Mozambicans. Weathered the early storm and came up with a very well created and well taken goal to take the lead. Well, yet another set piece here for South Africa. The pass is a disappointing one, though. And always a threat of a counter attack from the Mozambican ladies. The pass wasn't good enough then to set Sidelia on her way. Nicely done with the turn. Now they are runners here. One of those out on that far side, and there's reason to think about the early delivery, but it wasn't to be for the South Africans. Basically, the ball to try and get it in the box was dealt with by Mozambique. Going into the last 10 minutes of this first half. Work on the far side, ball in. And I see South Africa picking up the pieces just outside of the box here. Is nice on the ball, extremely nice on the ball is Tailani. Calm as you like on that ball, seems to have all the time in the world. Another who plays for TUT ladies is Tailani. Now, faces the far side, good solid challenge. Well, see South Africa not gaining any ground then. Amelia Mazembe was with the challenge. Thailand. Drop of the shoulder. And the opponent was lost in. Kidimbo. It is who's committed the foul with the challenge on Makama. When the ball played in, will be kept alive in the fourth.
Ubuntu is a tradition that man, or indeed a human being, is born in. Naturally, we are born with Ubuntu. We live with it. We come into this world with that.
Ubuntu ninshila iyo abantu basenderamo ifyo umuntu afwiryo kuba nefyo afwiryo kuchita nefyo afwiryo kwikaliramo Ubuntu.
Ubuntu chitemiko, Ubuntu mutende.
Ubuntu ni kukhala pamoja. Ubuntu ni kusama. Ubuntu ni kukondana.
The desire to contribute to positive changes within rural communities is my strong motivation to work hard for my society. For me, that is Ubuntu.
Ubuntu means humbleness. Ubuntu means humility. Ubuntu means love.
Ubuntu is I'm a person because of a person. That's really a person. I'm who I am because of who we are.
What Ubuntu means to me is the ability to look at the need of others and be able to put yourself in their position, be able to do something about it.
We're going to be offering some of our viewers more content. And apart from more content, we are going to expect our viewers to be participating more, and then we want also our viewers to also like our channel.
Yes,
And
they should like it on Facebook.
Of course, taking it quite heavily between the matches. Any that played in the first match, feature in the second match, and so on. Fidelia could hold that play. Really intelligent in this tournament. The player on the board. Of course, the commentator's curse is never really far away. Once you do compliment the player, again, smart in securing the throw-in. Here's one lady that said a good tournament up to this point. Good day. Yeah, for the South Africans as well. Good pass. Here's the movement that's top-notch. Can they find quality in the shot? The answer is no, then. Oh, and yeah. Enough power on that from Kailani. As they combined well, but always a good work done again from Dimeni. Wondering if the defender did enough to put her off. Did have the movement of the two teammates to her right to consider outside of pulling the trigger. Now the numbers out on that far side have swelled up quite nicely, and all around this venue. Would be great for all of them. Is if South Africa would go on to find the back of the net, then I do believe this place would come to life. Nice skill. Well read. And South Africa quickly looks to turn defense into attack. Why not with Ndimeni out there? That's well to win it back and then gets onto the front foot as she pushes on and looks for the teammates. Is there to be a chance at the end of all of this? Ndimeni done well once again. That's a good ball. Angle is a tough one. Goes early wide in the end. Great play from Ndimeni. Superb stuff. Picking up the pieces for South Africa, getting things going on the attack when it seemed they'd run into a brick wall, coming up with a pass to open up the Mozambiqueans. She really is having a good game. There's that pass I speak of that opens up that defense. Tough angle still. Good enough shot here. It's come off the defender, I do believe, out for the corner. Again, ball one back in the great area. As the 1-2 finds the return ball angled in favor of Neymar. Namire. Sidelia early with the ball in, then on. Oh, South Africa defense had to deal with that. The danger not quite cleared hers in the end. Finds the teammates. Challenge from behind then. Vilagazi. Fouled. Mozambique will be making a change in the near future. Media will be making way. And Thiago will be coming on in their place. Good boy then. Couldn't keep it moving. Okay, nicely held up. Beautifully held up by Sidelia. And she has the space to turn and looking to pull the trigger. Didn't get the right connection with that at all. Well, if the communication had been better defensively then for Mozambique, they could have avoided that situation. There was no need to put the ball out for the throw-in. It may all fall on Neymar Namida, but the way she's going on, I get the feeling she wasn't heard as she dished out the instruction. Now, confirmation of the change from earlier then with Amelia Mazembe making way for Susanna Thiago. Good work on this near side by Vilagazi. Ball in! Oh, it's beautifully done. Popping up to score a second is Shimase. And, well, it's a deserved goal for South Africa, it should be said, in all honesty, and it's been a long time coming. They've created plenty in the first half, continued to create it in the second. And in the end, when they eventually do get that breakthrough, once again, it's from the wide areas, but it's quality, real quality in the goal scored here. Lovely work. Vilagazi, great assist, driving right when the doctor ordered then the Shimase steered that home. And it's a good goal here for South Africa. 1-1 the scoreline now. Seen very little play from Mozambique. Limeni continues to be the most foul player out there. Could be another chance here for the South Africans. The shots! This is the save from Amire. Not only does she come up with the goods in the save, but she holds on to it. Now, Mozambique will have to simply come out and play here. As things stand, a draw sees South Africa back at the top of the group. Lovely work. Step overs, drop of the shoulder, beating over the opponents. Only thing that was missing there was the completion of the pass, and then really would have set this place light. Good work in winning it back here. Lovely back heel. Now, is it to be a chance at the end of this? The answer is no. The touch is a bit of a heavy one from Limeni. That's a game she's having. We'll think back to that first game for South Africa in this tournament. Again, had another outstanding game, minus the goal. Limeni, really hard to miss with the way she goes about business. Lovely pass, taken nicely. And in the end, the flag's gone up offside. Body language says a lot. Sidelia. Well, all the reason in the world to believe for those watching on that South Africa can go on here to score another, having moments again, creating real moments of menace in this match where they are troubling Mozambique, who haven't looked good for a goal since scoring a goal. Then again, they hardly had a look at goal when they did pop up with that well-created and well-taken goal of their own. Seen two very good goals between these two sides. Could be another chance in the making. Should be another chance in the making. Ball across the face to go. And in the end, the angle asked a little too much for Villarasi, who worked her socks off to try and get to the end of that. Unselfish play in not going for goal here. But South Africa should really be in the lead now with the quality of chances they are creating. The Red Sea parted thanks to a lovely ball then. Again, it's Limeni looking to turn provider. Tell you who else has been impressive in this match, Kailani. Wearing the number 4 jersey. Classy in midfield. Really classy. Ball swung in. There's a chance. Just wide. The regularity at which they're creating chances here is unbelievable. Almost every time they push forward now, they're creating a chance, South Africa. Nice adjustment with the it need to be said here for Shamase trying to guide it into the net. Delia with the nice turn then, trying to get Angola going with the movement of Isabel in the midfield. In the end, she was fouled. Now, that's a good ball again. It's good movement. Support arriving, but a little late. The shot is a good one. It's a quality from Dimeni. Another shot coming in, just wide of the mark. Then with the latest opportunity, the movement from Dimeni, a constant thorn on the side of the Mozambicans here. One of those situations where when South Africa gets it over that halfway line, they could very well create an opportunity. Now, Lady Town here. After too much of the ball was shown and a real effort had to be put in to try and rescue. Plays for Maputo out in Mos. That young man wearing the number 88 t-shirt is like a little butter in training. He's got everyone involved here and actively taking part in getting behind South Africa. Leading the charges is the big man. White t-shirt, sleeveless, with a blue t-shirt, with a blue cap. Young Bota. Really enjoying those youngsters out in the top stand and their best to make for a lively atmosphere here. Delaney allows it to run on. Movements of the Mania again problematic now. Numbers in the box and if only she could get to it and cut it back. Tirelessly running at that Mozambican defense. They've got no answer for her just yet. What a game she's having. What a tournament she's having, maybe I should say. In, all played in here. Favoring Namir. Sedelia losing out to Tailani. Yolinda, happy to get the ball call to play then. After the last touch coming in from Manengela. Really has had a good performance. The South African captain. Also good with the ball at their feet. As one of the ladies that plays for TUT out there. Now ball in here needed. Moroa to read the line and come out and snatch that out the air, which she did impressively. Good work on the far side. Lovely little burst of pace. Tuning the ball in here. Good goalkeeping. Lovely goalkeeping in the end to settle the matter. Lovely play onto the far side from South Africa. Good skill. Nice little touch, looking for the 1-2. Again, and they'll afford to take any chances. Mozambique going with safety first here. Nemeni as well as Kailani combining beautifully here on the near side. South Africa will be making a sub. Soon. So, Chamase, who had found the back of the net, will be making way. And, well, she's had a good game. Makes way for the Tembi. So, Vilagazi. Lovely skill and pace out on the far side. All too much for the Mozambicans to handle. In the end, giving away the set piece. Makama with the lovely footwork. Ball in. Good hands from Namire. That's hit the ball. Wow. There's Notando Vilagazi. Hers. That's nicely done. The pressure on that defense now. Is that a penalty? They are appealing for it. Hasn't been given. I believe the answer is no. First involvement for the Tembi Vilagazi. And all the believers, it was to win South Africa a penalty. All in the thinking for the most part here in this venue, barring one most important person, Ms. Sitogo, the referee. Goal kick was the call. Worst case scenario, maybe a set piece just outside of the box. But well, the referee's word is final. Tabueleng Sitogo from Lesotho didn't believe there was a foul in it. Guess that's all that matters in the end. "20 minutes remaining. The ball, there'll be pace here from Vilagazi. Can be troublesome. Sedalia. That's out here on this near side. It's also the captain looking to open things up. They didn't get the right angle on that pass. Here she is battling for it and coming out tops. Looking good here from the South Africans once again as they look to put it together. Challenge, I suspect, from behind. And where's the reason for that call? Diolinda, the guilty party, the captain for this Mozambican side. Now, from range, keeper needs a couple of attempts, but will hold on to it before the danger gets there. Now, seems to have hurt herself. Wondering if it was in the landing, but she's in a fair bit of pain here. Is Emanamira. Could be cramps. So, for Mozambique here, it's been tough going in this match. They would have lit first and, well, seen South Africa come back to equalize. And after the stands, young and old, have come out to enjoy the occasion here. And that's nice to see. Grandmother and grandkids, or grandmothers and grandkids, out to enjoy the football. Many youngsters have made sure they get out here straight from school to enjoy the football. Turning into quite a memorable day for the many that have come out here. Well, she's still getting treatment. Is that Namire? Can't imagine she won't be able to continue with this match. She's had a good showing. A lady enjoying her third appearance of the tournament. Came into this match already, having had 180 minutes of football under her belt. Enjoying another 75 minutes. Launching up. at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium. Was aquela? So, as things stand, South Africa back on top of the group. A draw was always going to be a good result for South Africa. They lead Mozambique, who are still ahead of Angola. So, for Mozambique, hoping for best second base or second place team, it's going to be a tough ask with just 5 points. I do believe for one, Namibia may have had 6 points from their group in Group B. Just looking to double check that for you. Do believe for Mozambique, a 5 point haul that may not be enough. Angola just scored in their match. Again, that won't be good enough for them to leapfrog Mozambique. What they need is for many goals in that match and for South Africa to beat Mozambique by some margin here in this encounter. Jimeni eliminating numbers. That's a horrible challenge. Horrible. No other way to put it. Just the yellow card it will be then for Alonika. A challenge where frustration is beginning to show in their game. Late. So, Namibia, I can confirm for you, they'll pick up 6 points, so they'll be watching this game thinking to themselves, well, they won't have to worry about Mozambique. And we'll just have to wait now for Group C, see what the scenario will be tomorrow. And the team that finishes second, as with the ball overcooked. Keep in mind, in Group C, Botswana Botswana have been so stubborn in that Group C that they've kept the numbers low, proving a side that's really hard to beat, the Botswana side, although they're not coming up with the wins. Tomorrow, of course, we'll have that scenario where it will be a repeat of the final in the games to look forward to in rounding up Group C. Malawi on 4 points in that group. Tanzania on 4 points, the defending champions. Malawi with the better goal difference. Both withdrawals against Botswana. Botswana yet to lose, yet to win, couple of draws. So, winner between Malawi and Tanzania, if there is to be a winner, will pick up 3 points, move on to 7 points, leaving the loser in that encounter on 4 points if there is to be a loser, which would be the best scenario for Namibia, who are on 6 points. So as things stand, Namibia really just stand a great chance of qualifying as the best. Second place team, Mwaka. Now, shots! Fourth block. That fallen to the right lady from a Mozambican point of view then in Citalia. Has reached that ball. Thailand with the wayward pass. Mozambique now hoping to build a bit of momentum pushing forward. 1 goal for them. That's all they need here. And they will be semi-finalists if they do get it. And see off South Africa for the time that remains in this match, and there isn't too much of it. Just 10 minutes. Make that 9. So change to be made here from a South African point of view. Anengela is to make way for Mohale. Mohale just on. Plays for Tax. Anengela, who just made way, plays her club football for UWC ladies. Now, touch here for South Africa. Mohale just on, keeping it moving, and well, she believes in the power in her shot as Notando Vilagazi. Got it wrong on that occasion, looking to hit it on the move at the first time of asking, difficult. Technique to execute from distance. Now, Mozambique making changes here. As Achava comes in for George. Ball played in here. Finds Mozambique wasting little to no time in getting it clear. Touch a heavy one on that occasion from Dime. Well, the other sides that will have some real pedigree will be watching on here and maybe taking notes on a side that is respected and, of course, is playing at home from a South African point of view. That is South Africa that will of course, be amongst the favorites alongside the likes of Zambia, Tanzania as defending champions, Malawi as losing finalists last year. Well, one gets the feeling only one of those two will be marching on through to the semi-finals this year, Malawi or Tanzania. We'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out. They'll be watching South Africa closely and would have been watching Mozambique closely and still will be, just in case Mozambique do still come up with that sucker punch that may see them go through as qualifiers. And then, of course, South Africa will be hoping to qualify as the best second place team. Today as well, if you are just joining us and following this tournament for the first time, is the first time we've popped up here at the Isaac Wolfson Stadium, third venue we've used in this tournament. Started off at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium for a couple of days, moved on for a good few days down to the Matiba Stadium. As South Africa pushed forward again. So we'll be out here for a few days as well before we move down to, or back down to the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium to round it all up with the final. That we've thoroughly enjoyed moving around at Kabeja with the teams, including with Simpiwe Dludlu, as well as a South African team that's now also enjoyed support in the venues they've visited, including today here KwaZakele. Angola, I've just been told, moved on to score their third goal. Again, they needed South Africa to comfortably beat Mozambique, whilst they needed to score heavily in their match to stand the chance of leapfrogging Mozambique. Goal difference very much in favor of Mozambique coming into this afternoon's clashes, I should say. If you are wondering, that game has been played out at the Madiba Stadium, which we bid farewell to yesterday. Just one moment. That's what Mozambique needs. Sidelia. Pass read by Tailani. Baristo scoring again for the Angolans. Scoring. At a time when Angola will hope South Africa go through and score a win at the very least. Yeah. South Africa will be making a change. Betando Vilarazi will make way. Simone Souls will come on in the place. Yes, the soon-to-be replaced lady picking up a yellow card. Pelani. To believe she's run herself with ragged as the many here this afternoon. Just about run herself into the ground. She has been so busy, so active in fighting the South African cause here in a very positive light and a positive display. Two minutes added on to the end of this match. As things stand, it's South Africa pushing through to the semi-finals from the group. Chance to... It's a nice run being made by Ntando Vilakazi, who won't take any further part in this match. The change I spoke of earlier will now be happening. Simone Souls on in the place. Plays for JVW. There's the Souls. In the two appearances, has only enjoyed 19 minutes of play in this match. And well, for Ndimeni, she makes way for Itemba Sam, who's got 3 goals and is amongst the top goal scorers in this tournament. Comes on now with seconds remaining. Did the score coming off the bench in the first encounter for South Africa. Did Sam. Could be the very last attack of the game here. Paul goes wide of the mark. And that could be all she wrote in as far as this battle between Mozambique and South Africa. There you have it. The referee, the Willing Sitoko from Lesotho, brings it all to an end here, and a draw was always going to be enough for Simpiwe Dludlu and her South African ladies. Created chances, plenty of them, and I could have won this match comfortably. It need be said, created early in the match, and only to see Mozambique score against the run of play was pretty much the same. All South Africa until the equalizer that came in from Shamase, who scored a second goal of the tournament. Of course, that scored yet another for herself in this tournament, and the only goal scored by Mozambique as well. And in the end, it was good entertainment here, but the South African young ladies will feel they should have done much better here. Could have walked away and maybe should have walked away with the 3 points. They are still top of the group and still secure a place in the semi-finals with a final score reading. Mozambique 1, South Africa 1.